All right, we are live. A little late there. Welcome, everybody. We are just going to wait 1 or 2 minutes and let everybody get joined properly, get settled in, and then we'll get started with content. While we wait, feel free to chat with us. So using the chat bubble / chat icon on this webinar, you can let us know where you're joining us from, what kind of work you're scheduling and tracking time for. It's always really interesting for us to get to know you all a bit better before we get started, and it helps us kind of direct the session. And of course, it's also just really interesting for Kara and I to learn more about you before we get started. So feel free to chat with us, and then we will get started here in about a minute or so. Kara and I have been working at When I Work for quite some time now, working with tons and tons of customers, use cases, setups, and different companies. So feel free to, again, let us know what you're trying to set up, what kind of work you're setting up, because we've probably seen a setup or use case pretty similar to what you're probably trying to accomplish here. All right. Wow, we have still a couple people joining us. Everyone joined just right away, but I'm just going to wait a little bit longer to help everyone get started. Again, feel free to chat with us. Let us know what kind of work you're scheduling for, or just where you're from. We always get people joining us from everywhere. I have seen so many cool places that you all are from, so definitely let us know. When I Work is based in Minneapolis, Minnesota. See, there we go. We have Delfina from Buenos Aires. Welcome. See, there's always just something that I haven't seen before. I've never had anyone join us from Argentina that I know of yet. So welcome. And then Janelle from Dallas, Texas. Very cool. We schedule for companies all over the United States and then, of course, all across the world as well. So welcome, everyone. Susan, welcome, Susan from Pennsylvania. It's always a test of my knowledge of the states. All righty. Welcome, everyone. Again, we can probably go ahead and get started. Anyone who joins now can probably just guess where we are. All right. Welcome, everyone, one last time to the live Q&A. We are so happy to have you all joining us today, and we're really excited to help you get started with When I Work. So during the next 30-ish minutes, we're going to be answering your When I Work questions. So we're going to go over some ways that you can save time scheduling, cut down overtime costs, run payroll, but the content is going to be directed and driven by the questions that you all ask us today. So the questions are going to be flowing in, and we will get to as many as we can, we promise. But if your question doesn't get answered or you come up with a new question afterwards, you can always get live help from us. So listen for more information. We'll go over that at the end of all the different ways that you can chat with us and get in contact with us for any other questions. If you're totally new to When I Work and just checking out your new trial and your new account, we'll also go over the plans that we offer, how you can upgrade your account, and how you can kind of figure out which plan's right for you. We'll go over that at the end as well. And if you're joining us just to ask questions about your existing account and you just needed a refresher or just wanted to join us today from your existing account, you're welcome as well, and welcome to ask any questions that you have. So with that, we can go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you really quickly how you can ask your questions today. So any questions that you have, we're going to stop using the chat tool and we're going to use the Q&A button tool. Kara is going to be going through those questions and asking them while I demo and give you a more visual of what you're seeing and the questions that you ask. So pop all of your questions in that Q&A button now or at any time during the webinar. Kara's going to go through them. And I'm going to share my screen here while you all do that. All righty. So you should be seeing my When I Work screen now. Awesome. The nod from Kara always means I'm on the right track. So I am logged into my When I Work account as the main admin on this account, which there can be 3. I am just logged in, and in the scheduler, this is where you can create shifts for your team, publish out the schedule, and notify your employees when they are supposed to be working. The top bar here is the main navigational center for When I Work. So this is going to allow you to access all of the different like home pages for the tools that we offer, essentially. So the scheduler, the attendance tool where you can have employees clock in and out and check their timesheets, run payroll, and then the WorkChat tool, one of my favorite tools, just our in-app messaging system to help boost that communication with your team. On this right-hand side, we have all of the areas that you can change settings and add information into your When I Work account. So we have time off requests, shift requests. We have your workplace menu. This is where you can add things like employees, positions, shift templates, and then the main settings area. So your app settings, your general, and then your scheduling and attendance settings. And that's pretty much my personal high level overview of When I Work. But so we can go ahead and get started with questions.
Great. All right. We have a lot of questions rolling in already. Delphina asks, can I set an employee so that she can work from home or from the office? What's the best way to accomplish that?
Good question. In When I Work, you are able to set employees up to work from the office, to work from home. And the question is super broad. So I'm going to go over different ways that you can manage where your employees are working, the scheduler, and I'll go over some clocking in and out options because I know that will come up as well when it comes to remote employees. So the first way that I would designate if your employee is working at home versus in the office is I would use a tool called job sites. And this is going to help your employees know if they are working in the office or if they are working remote or from home. And you can add those job sites directly onto the shift. So I'm just going to hover over the workplace icon here and just click into job sites. This is where you can add any job site into your account to make it eligible to add on to a shift. So here I would just add a job site and I might call it work from home. And then this would indicate that your employees will be working from home if this job site is tagged to their shift. So then back in the scheduler here, when you have a shift, I'm just going to click edit to open up all the anatomy of this shift. You'll be able to indicate a start and stop time, which position your employee is working, so what skill, and then you can add a job site. So from here, if I had added the work from home job site, it would pop up in this list. And then you could just add, say this is work from home, and you could just add that onto the shift, click save, and then on your employee's end, they would be able to open up the shift, whether it be on their mobile phone or logged in on their computer. They'll be able to check their shift and see, okay, this shift is working from home. And then on your end, when you have a job site added into your shift, so I just added a random job site into this shift here. And then you can use the filter tool on the left-hand side over here. These are all of your filter options. So if you want to get an idea of your coverage for the day or the week on your schedule, and you're using job sites to indicate who's in the office, who's at home, maybe you need to make sure that there's only a certain amount of people in the office, only a certain amount of people at home. Maybe COVID is coming into play there. You'll be able to use the filter to filter out the different job sites that you have on your shifts in your schedule. So that way you can get a better idea of where your employees are, which shifts are tagged to work from home, which shifts are tagged to in the office, etc. And you can do this with any job site or any reason that you might be using job sites. So definitely make sure to take a look at the filter options when using job sites. But overall, to indicate where your employees are, I would use the job site tool for this specific example. And then when your employees, if you are using the When I Work attendance tool and having your employees clock in and out for their shifts, I would just either, if you have location restrictions on, just make sure if they're working from home, there's an address within their job site so they are able to clock in and out from their location. But if you kind of just want to have employees clock in and out, just turn all location restrictions off. And that way they'll be able to clock in and out and punch their time, even if they are not in the office and they're just at home. And then you'll be able to see on their timesheets any information from their shift. So if they have a location in there, you'll see that they were punching in from home. And the way that you can turn on and off location restrictions or turn on and off the different ways that your employees can clock in, that would be from your attendance settings that I was talking about earlier. So you can either have them clocking in with their mobile app, which I would recommend if they're clocking in and out from home or any remote area. I would recommend the mobile app. And then be aware of if you have your location settings on and off, again, make sure that there's an address in their job site if you are restricting their clock in. And if you don't want to restrict their clock in, just make sure none of these are checked, essentially.
Awesome. All right. So our next question is from Shay. Is there a way to find out when the schedule was published? So this might be a good time to highlight the shift history.
Oh, really good question. And this is something that not all users of When I Work know, is that we do have a great record of history for things like shifts or even the timesheets and when your employees are clocking in and out and how they clocked in and out and who made changes. So we really do have a great record system in When I Work for both shifts and for timesheet entries. But if you want to know all information about who created shifts, when they were published, things like that, you can actually find that from the shift history. So I just clicked onto a shift and clicked the edit button, and that again pops out the anatomy and all of the information about the specific shift that you clicked into. And again, that is just from the little pen icon here. And then if you click the history button up here, this is how you can see everything that went into the shift. So you can see that I created this shift earlier today and it was created by me. I changed the job site as you just saw me do when I was making that explanation. And then the new current shift is this. So if you want to know like when it was created, anything that was changed within the shift since then, that will all be indicated on your shift history.
Perfect. All right. Janelle asked, do I have to use it as clock in and out, or can I use it only for scheduling?
Good question. You can just use When I Work for scheduling if you don't need the attendance tools. We have a fantastic scheduler. We're really good at it. So if you don't need any attendance tools, just stick with the scheduler. That's totally fine. That's what we first started. We're great at scheduling. But if you are looking for any sort of attendance tool, having your employees clock in and out, and you're maybe wondering if you should, we do recommend using the scheduler and the attendance tool together if you need both of those tools, because there's a couple of ways that those cross over. So if you are tracking your employees' time on a different system or pen and paper, do think about changing over to When I Work, because it will help you try to figure out when employees are clocking in late, when they're showing up at the wrong location, helps with the auditing and training, and then helps you pull reports as well. So, and it helps everything just be really streamlined in one system. Your employees see their shifts and then are able to clock in and out on the same tool for those shifts where they're seeing them. And of course, we just have a lot of awesome clocking options. So think about it, but you definitely don't need to.
Awesome. All right, Shay with another great question. Is there a way for a manager to message individual employees in the app?
Good question. I love talking about the WorkChat tool. It's something that if, and anyone has been an hourly shift worker or any sort of employee, communication is so important, and it just helps so much with just countless things within the workplace, keeping employees, having them be happy, and you as a manager making sure that everything is running smoothly. So the answer to that, before I got really excited is yes, you can always use the WorkChat tool within When I Work. And you can customize it so it's only used the way that you really need it within the workplace. And of course, you can turn it off if it's not right for your workplace, which is totally understandable. But I'm just going to show the ways that you can configure it, and then I'll go over the actual tool. So I'm just going to click into my general settings, and this is where you can turn on and off and configure more settings within the WorkChat tool. So if you want to have the tool just be a broadcast tool, just for you to message for the employees to see the message and no further communication happening within the tool, you can set that up by just unclicking the options here. And the options are allowing supervisors and employees to post within that broadcast or workplace channel, and then further allowing staff to create and post in multiple other workplace channels. So they can create smaller channels, they can create one-on-one channels, group channels, and talk to each other one-on-one. That's what that second choice is for. So if you want to open up your WorkChat tool to have one-on-one messaging available, have employees be able to talk directly with their manager, just one-on-one or with each other, just turn on the allow staff to create and post an additional channel option. Then back in WorkChat here, you can pop out the tool, and then your employees can create a new channel and just talk to one person. And I already have a message in there saying, hey, did you get your schedule? So that's just an example of what you could use WorkChat for. But it's a really, really good tool. And to short answer your question, yes, you can just have those one-on-one channels, but only if you want them and need them for your workplace. And then something else that's really important that I'm not showing here today because I'm on a computer is that WorkChat works on the mobile app. And this is probably where it's used most of the time. Everyone has their phones. Phones are always with us. So it's really great to know that your messages are going to be seen by your employees when they're on the go, because everyone always has their phones. So just to make sure that everyone knows that the mobile app is very extensively used by employees and they love WorkChat. And we've heard that time and time again.
Awesome. All right. From Brandon, how many administrators can be on an account?
Oh, great question. So there can be 3 main admins or administrators on one When I Work account. So I'm just going to hover over the workplace icon and click into your employee list. This is where you can see all of the employees within your account, and right above their name, you can see which role they have within your workplace. So the main admin, there's only one in my account right now, and it's me. But this person is essentially the main admin. They can do anything in the account, which includes accessing your account and billing page. This is information about which plan you have, how much you're paying, so where you can edit and update your billing information and purchase When I Work. And only an admin would be able to access that page when you're on a paid plan. There can be, again, 3 main admins, and only a main admin can make somebody a main admin. And to change somebody's role, you would just hit the pen icon and then change their role, either assign them to be 1 or 2nd out of the 3rd admin, supervisor, or manager, or just employee, which is kind of the different tiers. So if you don't want to make someone a main admin, you don't want them to see billing information, things like that, I would recommend assigning them as the manager role. This is essentially an admin. They have pretty much the same access level besides the account and billing page. They can see employees, change their shifts, publish out shifts, clock employees in, things like that. And they can do so for all the schedules. A supervisor essentially is a manager with a couple of little tweaked access items, but they can only manage employees that are assigned to the same schedules as them. So with that role, you can create teams, departments, locations with different managers, and then that way they'll only be able to see the direct employees that they directly support, and they don't have to worry about any other locations or teams. They only support their employees. And while we're talking about this, because I didn't go into all the different things that each access level can do, but this is important. We do have a really good article that goes over every access level and all the different minute differences between them and what they can do and how to give specific access privileges, things like that. And it's available from our help center. So if you pop that out within your account or just go to our help center, help.wheniwork.com, you'll be able to search for any article. So just search access level, and it will give you all the resources you need to know what each access level can do. So definitely check that out if you're not quite sure which employees should be getting which access levels, because it's quite important. And we do have an awesome article for that. So that's just a great shout out for our amazing help center. I use it all the time.
Great. All right. Oh, here's a quick one. Seems like, how far out can schedules be created and published?
That is a really good question. And the answer is simple and lovely, and you can publish out schedules as far as you need and create schedules out as far as you need. So within your, I'm in the week view right now, you'll be able to use this navigational arrows to go as far into the future and create shifts as far into the future as you need. You can also view the schedule by month view. Almost forgot the word there. So you can, be creating shifts, scheduling out shifts, and seeing coverage for like a whole month at a time. You can go to the next month, anything you really need. And then when it comes to publishing out schedules, by default, you'll be publishing out just what you're seeing on your screen. But using this down arrow here, you can actually publish out any date range that you want. So if you do really want to be publishing out a way larger date range, I mean, maybe your schedule is the same for the next 3 months, go ahead and publish out for the next 3 months and just use the down arrow to, give yourself a bigger range of what you're publishing, because the default, if you just click publish, will be the week that you're on. But again, you can publish out as far as you want, schedule out as far as you want. And it's really helpful if you just want to get all of your scheduling done and then worry about bigger things. So yeah, I love saying that you can do it because you can.
Wonderful. All right. Susan asked, does this integrate with paychecks? If so, how does that work?
Great question. And we do have an integration with Paychecks. So just a background for those of you who don't know, again, we have the attendance tool. I'm just going to hover in here to show more. This is where your employees can clock in, clock out for all the times that they are actually working. And we do create the timesheets based on their clock ins and clock outs. And then at the end of your payroll period, you are able to close out all of the timesheets and create a payroll summary. So here's an example of a payroll summary, a very small one. And this is able to then be exported to an Excel file. And then if you have a payroll integration set up with us, you would be able to send it to your payroll in this same area. It would just pop up with a little box here. It says send to Paychecks, and you'd be able to press that and send it over to Paychecks. So if you don't have an integration set up, you can just click set up an integration. And here are the integrations that we offer. I'm actually just going to go to our main integration page. This shows it better. So I just hovered over the gear icon, clicked into integrations, and this is where you'll be able to see all of the integrations that you have set up actively in your account. I don't have any right now. But if you click see all integrations, this is where you'll be able to see the integrations that we offer. So Paychecks is here, click learn more to learn more and enable it. Again, we have a help center article. This allows you to, search any integration like Gusto, just type it in there, and we have a full sheet on how to get that set up. It is easy if you follow the steps. And then we do have also a few integrations that these companies have built to us. So these are available to you as well. If you have any questions about these ones specifically, The best resources are these companies, since they actually built it. They have way more information than we do on how to get it set up or answer any questions on it, but we can do our best as well and get you in the right direction. And then if you're not seeing any of the integrations that you're really wanting, we do have a way to kind of vote for the integrations that you're most interested in seeing in the future. We do listen to your feedback and what you all want, and we're constantly thinking about it and creating new things. So definitely just go in here, let us know if you're interested in any certain integration, but these are the ones that we do offer. So yes, Paychex is on there, and we can get you any information on how to get that set up. And essentially, this just allows you to, instead of manually inputting the information from your pay period summary into your payroll processor, this will just send that information over automatically. So you don't have to do any manual labor except for just pressing send that information over. So they're really great. Again, it's creating that very streamlined workforce management system, essentially. So definitely check them out if you want to make things just one step easier.
Awesome. All right. We have one from Annie here, which works well into kind of the end of our session. How long is the free trial and how do I upgrade?
Great question. That does really work well. Thanks for that question, Annie. The free trial is 14 days. So once you sign up for your free trial, you will have 14 days to play around with When I Work, start your first schedule, invite a couple of employees in, and see if you really like the system. From then on your 14th day, you will have the option to either you can cancel your trial or you can upgrade your account. And during that time, we will make it very easy and manageable to understand where to click to upgrade your account. We've made it very streamlined. So I'm going to quickly swap my screen over one more time and go through the different options that we have and more information on how to upgrade your account. So after your 14-day trial is over, you will have the option to, again, upgrade your account. And we've really condensed the plans to make it very easy and simple for you all to know which plan is right for you. So if you have under 100 users, you will be on the small business plan. The first of this is small business scheduling. This includes all of the scheduling capabilities that we have, the availability tools, scheduling, WorkChat, communication, things like that. And then if you need any attendance capabilities and tools, you would just add on the attendance tool. So you don't need the attendance tool, but you have the option to add that on to your small business scheduling plan. If you do need it, you would just be called small business scheduling plus attendance. So it's very simple to figure out what plan you need if you have just under 100 users. The attendance add-on includes everything that has to do with clocking in and out, payroll summaries, integrations, everything that we were talking about near the end. To upgrade your account, if you just want to upgrade it at any time, you can do so from within your account and billing page. This is where you can see which plan you want, so scheduling or scheduling and attendance, and from there you can choose your billing frequency. If your 14-day trial maybe wasn't enough and you're still kind of up and down whether When I Work is right for you, I would choose the monthly billing. From there, if you want to, after your first month, you can cancel or you can continue with your subscription. So if you want a little bit more time to test it out, you can. For the low cost of just 1 month, you can have a little bit more time to check it out. And then we do have the annual billing option. If you are like, yes, When I Work is for me, there's a small discount for going the annual route. So it's really up to you what you need for your workplace. And we've made it really simple to figure out which plans you need. So from there, you can choose, again, the plans you need, the billing frequency you prefer, and then the amount of users you need within your account in groups of 5 users. And then we do have a ton of helpful resources that you can use as you go through your trial, as you go through your first month, first couple of days. You can always chat with us using the green chat bubble found within your account at the bottom right-hand corner. This will pop up a chat screen and you can chat with myself, Cara, or our other teammate. And we will get you in the right direction, answer any questions that you have right away, help you set up your account, or just help you figure out if When I Work is right for you. So if you're kind of on the fence, just chat with us and we'll make sure that you are getting the support that you need, because we know it's not always that simple. Every workplace is different and unique, and your needs are different and unique as well. So, if you also have any questions about the app and you maybe don't want to chat with us, that's okay too. You can always use the Help Center. You can search any questions, any keywords, and we have so many amazing articles and videos to help you get started. And then within that same Help Center, we have an amazing training and onboarding center. So before you do anything, go to the training and onboarding center and watch those videos, and it's going to help you get your account set up correctly from square one. So definitely check those out. I used it when I created my account and they're fabulous. So within the chat right now, we do have a ton more resources on how to get in contact with us, the links to the Help Center, the Training Center, the recorded demos that we offer. So copy and paste all those resources because they're very good. But if you don't want to copy and paste them, just chat with us. We'll get you any information that you need as well. So chat with us anytime. And I think I've gone on long enough. So thank you everyone for joining us today. Again, reach out for assistance if you need it. That's why we're here. But thanks for joining us. Thanks for asking the great questions. And I hope everyone had a great 4th of July weekend.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Bye.